You filming this week, or are you gonna stand there and look at your phone?
That's how it goes.
Work sucks.
Work does, yeah.
So I want to, first off, I want to show, this thing has a couple, I guess a week and a half ago, 2 weeks now, and it just shed, and I just wanted to show it off. Look at how crazy this thing is. Look at the blushing on it.
I like the funky purpley looking orange going on.
It's just a beautiful snake. This thing shed out, and I was like, wow. When we actually had some customers here right after it shed, and she held it for a little while, and she was like, I gotta have that.
Yeah?
So she went ahead and paid for it.
So that one's already been taken care of.
Yeah, she'll pick it up after it's had a couple of meals. But
What kind of white is flecking out here?
so this is banana, het red xanthic, yellow belly. Just a beautiful snake. It's the same thing that the dad is, but the dad didn't look anything like this as a baby.
Right.
It was not nearly as blushed out. And
Is it the het red xanthic making it do it?
yeah, the het red xanthic is really bringing the color and the pattern to this animal. The yellow belly helps with the orange. So just figured I'd show that off for a minute.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
These things done breeding yet?
About to.
What?
About to.
About to.
Yeah. About to. About to.
Southern word of the day.
Oh god.
Alright, so what are we talking about today?
Since it's pretty much the peak of hatchling season, we're selling a lot of babies right now, and something that I get asked about is how do you get your hatchlings to start eating? So
I never thought about that. I assumed that they would just eat.
yeah, not always. Sometimes sometimes your hatchlings can be a little difficult to get going. So I'm going to show you what I do here, and maybe that can help you. And I'm also going to give you some suggestions in case this doesn't work, some other things that you can do. So what we have here is a clutch that's just shedding out, and what happens once these animals are shed out? Well, we pull them out individually and put them in their own tub. Now, the size tub that we normally use for fresh hatchlings is the, I think it's called the V15. I'm actually not even sure on correct terminology for tubs. I haven't bought any in so long, I don't know, I don't remember. So, we use PVC couplings. I think these are 2-inch PVC couplings, and then 2-ounce water bowls are what we use for water bowls. So once the animal has shed out, which by the way, just look at these. So this is some super blackheads and stuff in here, and man, we really got burnt on the last super blackhead clutch, and not only did we not hit a super blackhead, we didn't even hit blackheads.
How does that happen?
I don't know. It was awful. It was probably the worst odds I've ever had on anything. But we hit 4 in this clutch, and boy, man, look at these things.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this one
That's the
shed.
one I like.
Yeah, this is probably my pick out of the clutch. So what we have here is a super blackhead, orange dream, yellow belly, and I think we actually have 2, maybe even 3. I have to see how this one looks after it sheds, but these are world's first, and very, very beautiful. I think this actually may be super blackhead, lesser orange dream, yellow belly.
And it's amazing, just one little gene, like we were talking about last week. One little gene.
Yep. One gene. Lesser is the only difference between these two, I think. I'm not 100%, but Pretty sure. Alright, so let's get back to what we were actually talking about. So as these shed out, once again, I've made from the previous videos, you can see how shiny this is versus how this one's not shiny anymore. So once they have shed out, they will then go into this size tub. So you can see about this length of the tub. It's not very deep. It's not very wide. Just kind of long.
It's about half the size of the one that they came out of.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So what we do is we put the animal in here and we stick it up on the shelf. Anywhere between 5 to 8 days, we'll offer usually a mouse hopper.
If they're a little feisty, does that kind of mean that they'll probably go after food a little bit better than the rest of them? Or
I think so. From what I've noticed, the ones that can be a little snippy or bitey usually tend to eat better and quicker than the ones that are more laid back or docile. And I know everybody prefers the animals that are, I don't want anything that's going to bite me in this type, but
I prefer the ones that eat.
I would much rather prefer the ones that eat, and I can tame it down as it gets older. So yeah, I think that's a good point.
Okay.
After, like I said, after 5 or 8 days, we offer a meal. Usually they take it. Every now and again, you'll have probably 9 out of 10 usually take that first meal. So what happens if the animal doesn't take that initial meal? Well, we wait. We wait another 5 or 8 days and see if they'll take the second meal. And the ones that don't usually take the first almost always take the second meal.
Right. They just haven't got to that point yet where they're hungry enough or
a lot of people also don't understand is as the baby is coming out of the egg, there's a yolk sac that the babies absorb into their belly.
Right.
So when you see these babies that just come out of the eggs and they're really, really, really fat, well, that means they absorbed a lot of yolk. So sometimes it takes longer for that yolk to disappear or be used in the body system, and the animal's just not hungry. It doesn't.
They're storing it like we do.
They're basically just storing it. So they're not hungry. They don't want to eat because they have a belly full of yolk. Just like when you have a belly full of food, like we just chimichangas a while ago. Don't want to eat no more. Same thing with a baby. You know, they're already full from that yolk sac, so they don't want to eat. So it takes them a little bit longer to go.
Okay.
So when the problem arises is in a couple of weeks when they haven't decided to start eating on their own. That's when we run into a problem. So here's some things that you can do with your hatchlings that will hopefully get them going to eat. Alright, so first things first, Craig just brought up something on the break there about assist feeding. We don't assist feed here. We don't have to assist feed here because I've been successful on getting every animal that I've ever hatched to eat at some point. So if I had to assist feed, then sure I would after a certain point, but I haven't had to do that.
That's a good thing.
Up to this point. So here's some things that you can do. You can take these tubs and you can black them out, spray paint them, wrap cardboard around them, something along those lines to make them darker like these. Black duct tape. So that's going to help. The animal's going to feel more secure about it. Sounds like cutting grass outside.
Probably not cutting grass.
So if you hear grass cutting in the background, then
you know what that means?
What?
We don't have to.
That's exactly right. It's way too hot.
Way too hot for me to be cutting grass.
Cutting grass outside. So. Yeah, they're definitely cutting grass.
Are they? Or is that yellow jackets?
Yellow jackets.
Hornets. There's got to be something. You know, so mosquitoes.
Could be mosquitoes.
It could be mosquitoes. If you've never been to Georgia and never seen our mosquitoes, yeah, just stay away. Or it could be, you know, a whole swarm of love bugs.
Oh, yeah. Love bugs.
I need to go wash my car now.
So anyway, you can black these tubs out. That's going to help a lot. The other thing you can do is
Oh, what's wrong? You want us to black your toe about?
Apparently Range is not happy with my
What's wrong?
decision here.
You don't want the toes blacked out? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah! Wow, he's good. So, Range doesn't want the tubs blacked out. He likes to see through his tubs.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine if that's what you want to do. Another thing that you can do is take the fake plants and put some in the tub with the animal. Once again, just help us feel more secure.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah.
So you can do those two things, and feeding live mouse hoppers is almost guaranteed that the animals will take those.
Because they're all in their face and hopping around.
Well, the hoppers just have more movement. Snakes are naturally attracted to movement, so they usually take that. And we start all of ours out on hoppers here, and then within 2 or 3 meals, they usually switch right over to rat pups.
That's what I do in my house too. Yeah.
Most people say, well, if you get them started on mice, they won't ever switch to rats. I've never had a problem.
No, all mine. That's the way we do it in the house too.
Yep.
Just switch back over.
So those are 2 little tips there that can help with that. The other thing is changing the bedding out.
Okay.
We normally use cocoa here.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an animal that's not really eating very well, take it out. Put it on some other type of bedding. Put it on paper towels. Put it on nothing. Just try different things with the animal to see
What this feels more comfortable.
what it feels more comfortable. The whole key here is comfort. You gotta make the animal comfortable, and whatever it wants to use or feed or whatever the case is, you have to adapt to that animal. And just because you go to a show and somebody tells you that this animal is eating frozen rats, man, more than likely that animal ain't eating frozen rats. You have to learn to adapt. If you plan on purchasing an animal, you have to adapt to what that animal wants. Especially with ball pythons, they're just not really super aggressive feeders like your retics, your worms, your boas. Other species of animals just eat better than what balls do. They can be picky. So I've personally never done this before, but I've heard that it works really good. So you take a baby ball python,
Sure.
you take a brown paper sack, like you get at a liquor store.
Okay.
Put the baby in there, put the mouse hopper in there, fold it up, staple it, stick it in a dark tub. I've heard that works great. Why? I don't really understand. I'm assuming that 1, it's dark, and 2, the animal can't really move very far away from it. And I've never tried it, but I've heard that really works great with getting hatchling feeder. So
that's weird.
I don't recommend it. I don't do it, but I would try that before I try the sys feed.
Good point. I do the car ride method.
Car ride? Yeah. Car ride usually works on adult
males.
Adult
males, when my adult males don't eat, we go for a car ride.
Yeah, the hatchlings don't work as good on that. But that's a whole nother video. But anyway, it's hatchling season right now. A lot of people are buying hatchlings. A lot of people are breeding and hatching. And I just thought it was a good bit of information that can be thrown out there for people to use. So that's this week's video.
Thanks for watching our Daddy's channel. Make sure you subscribe.